Have you ever had that distressing dream in which you're late for an important appointment? Perhaps an exam, a job interview, a flight, or a crucial event in your life. You run desperately, but never manage to arrive on time. Or worse, unexpected obstacles arise, such as unfamiliar streets, heavy traffic, doors that won't open, or even the feeling of being stuck in slow motion. This type of dream is incredibly common and carries a deep meaning within Carl Jung's analytical psychology. For Jung, dreams are not mere meaningless fantasies, but messages from the unconscious that try to alert us to something we're not seeing in our conscious life. But what does it mean to dream that we're late? Is it just a reflection of our daily stress, or is there something more hidden behind this dreamlike image? In this script, we'll delve into the Jungian interpretation of these dreams, exploring how they reveal deep anxieties, inner blocks, and even aspects of our journey of individuation. In analytical psychology, Carl Jung saw dreams as symbolic manifestations of the unconscious, a form of communication between the conscious self and the hidden depths of the psyche. Unlike Freud, who interpreted dreams as repressed desires, Jung believed that they contained guidance and messages about our individuation process, the path to becoming more whole and authentic beings. When we dream that we're behind schedule, it's as if the unconscious is warning us there's something important in our lives that we're not keeping up with. This something could be an inner calling, an unfulfilled purpose, or even a change we're resisting. The dream of delay is usually associated with existential anxiety and the fear of missing out on significant opportunities. It can indicate that we feel we are falling behind in some area of our life, be it work, relationships, self-development, or even our spiritual evolution. In addition, this type of dream can reflect a conflict between the desires of the ego and the needs of the soul. The ego, our conscious identity, can be attached to routines, patterns, and external expectations, while the unconscious tries to push us towards a more authentic path. The delay in the dream symbolizes this disconnect. One part of us wants to move forward, but another is still stuck in fear or procrastination. If we look at the journey of individuation, one of Jung's central concepts, we see that it involves integrating neglected aspects of our personality. When we repeatedly dream of delays, it may be a sign that we are avoiding facing our shadow, the repressed aspects of our psyche, which include both our fears and our untapped potential. This dream could be telling us, you're holding back from being who you really should be. But how can we identify what exactly is blocking us? And how do these dreams manifest themselves in our daily lives? To better understand the message from the unconscious, let's look at some common examples of dreams of delay and how they reflect internal challenges. Imagine a woman who repeatedly dreams that she is late for a flight. She rushes through the airport, but something always prevents her from boarding. This dream could symbolize an opportunity for change or growth that she fears facing in real life. Perhaps she wants to change career, start a new relationship, or break free from a toxic pattern, but deep down she feels afraid of transformation. The plane represents the destination she could reach, but the delay indicates that something inside her is still resisting. Another example, a man dreams that he is late for an important exam, but when he gets to the classroom, he realizes that he has forgotten to study. This dream may reveal a feeling of unpreparedness or insecurity about a real challenge. Perhaps he is taking on new responsibilities at work or in his personal life, but doesn't feel ready to deal with them. The unconscious uses this scenario to show that they need to prepare better or face their inner doubts. These dreams can also reflect social expectations and external pressures. Someone who constantly feels that they need to reach certain milestones in life, such as getting married, having children, buying a house, or being successful before a certain age, may have recurring dreams of being late. The unconscious warns that this person is living according to an external clock, rather than their own inner rhythm. In addition, a dream of delay can indicate an emotional blockage. If someone has difficulty making important decisions or procrastinates in essential situations, the unconscious can create this symbolic image to show that they are sabotaging themselves. Now, the big question: how can we turn these dreams into something useful for our journey? The answer lies in actively listening to the unconscious. The first step is not to ignore the signs. If you have recurring dreams of falling behind, reflect: in which area of my life do I feel I'm falling behind? Am I avoiding any important changes? Am I afraid of failing or not being good enough? Am I following my own time or just comparing myself to others? By asking these questions, we begin to decipher the symbolic language of the unconscious and understand how to align our outer life with our inner journey. In Jung's view, dreams are not only reflections of our individual psyche, but also portals to the collective unconscious, the deepest layer of the mind that we share with all of humanity. Within this archetypal field, certain symbols appear frequently, because they represent universal challenges that we all face at some point. The dream of being late can be linked to powerful archetypes such as the hero, the sage, and the shadow. The hero and the unanswered call. In myths and fairy tales, the hero always receives a call to a great journey. However, he often hesitates at first, overwhelmed by fear or a sense of inadequacy. In the context of the dream of delay, the unconscious may be telling us that we have received a call for change or growth, but have not yet fully accepted it. Perhaps we are stuck in the comfort of the known, avoiding the challenges that await us. However, as Jung teaches us, the process of individuation requires us to face this call, even if it frightens us. The wise man and ignored wisdom. Another archetype present in this type of dream is the wise man, who represents our intuition and the knowledge we already have, but aren't listening to. If we are lagging behind in a dream, it could be that there is an inner truth that we already know but are consciously ignoring. This archetype invites us to silence the external noise and trust our inner voice more. Often, the answer we are looking for is already within us, but the fear of acting prevents us from accessing it. The shadow and the fear of failure. Finally, the dream of delay can also be linked to the shadow, that repressed part of our psyche that contains our fears, insecurities, and aspects we don't want to see. If we're always dreaming that we're late, it could be a sign that our fear of failure or inadequacy is paralyzing us. The unconscious shows us the scenario so that we can recognize and integrate the shadow, accepting our imperfections and freeing ourselves from unrealistic self-demands. The key to transforming these dreams into personal growth is awareness. Instead of seeing the dream as a simple reflection of stress, we should understand it as a call to adjust our path. If we're late for something in our dreams, perhaps it's because we're late for ourselves. If your unconscious is sending you this message, see it as an opportunity. Something inside you wants to evolve, grow, and transform. Don't be afraid of change. After all, life is not a race against time, but a continuous process of discovery and individuation. And when we stop chasing the clock and start following the time of our soul, we finally reach the destination that has always belonged to us, ourselves.